You need help? Can you run exam or you need someone to?
If Alice could run it, that would be good with me.
Okay. Or James. Okay,
Or
James.
James.
Yeah. Today's topic is language, yeah?
Yep, it's language.
Okay, so James, timing the in blockade type language, James.
Yes, I have been taught my computer. Yeah. Now we make a mess.
On one computer. Okay.
But I have been learned bilingual. English. Let me find. Thank you. Okay. Second is Alexander and third is Mr. Bean. Okay. Mình học rồi. Do từ nãy giờ cậu đến là
Okay, we can start now, I guess, with 29 people. Okay, I'll share my screen. Right, can everyone see my screen? Okay, great. One second. Okay, so as said, today's topic is language. So we'll start immediately. So first, talking about language, we'll start with bilingual and trilingual. So lingual is just talking about languages, and so a bilingual is a person who speaks two languages, and a trilingual is a person who speaks 3 languages. And you could debate about whether a bilingual is a person who speaks 2 languages fluently, or just speak 2 languages somewhat fluently. I would say I'm a bilingual because I'm able to speak both Vietnamese and English quite well. But yeah, anyone have any questions so far? Great.
You don't speak Spanish?
Sorry about the interruption. Anyway, since no one have a question, so these are some of the vocabulary. So a global language is a language understood almost everywhere you go. So I would say an example of a global language is English, since most of the places in the world have people who speak English and have many people who who are able to understand language. So English is quite a common language all around the world. Next after that is common language, which are language that can be understood by a group of people or just many people. And then native language is the language of the country that someone is born in or native to. So it's a language that is like that originated from a specific country or region. Anyone have any questions? If not, I'll move on as usual. Okay, moving on. So next, minority language. So a minority language is a language spoken by less than 50% of the people in a region or a place. Minority language are just a language that don't have a lot of people, not a lot of people speak it. And a step down from that is dead languages, which are languages that are no longer spoken in modern day. And so next after that is the opposite of minority language, dominant language. So dominant language are the language spoken the most by a person or the language spoken the most in a place. So some of the most dominant language in the world right now is definitely English is up the top. Next to that, I would say Mandarin, for example, is another quite dominant language. A lot of people speak Mandarin in the world. Any questions so far? Great, I'll move on. Next, some more vocabularies. So Romance language or languages that evolved from Latin, which is a really old language. So languages such as French, Spanish, Romanian, Portuguese, Italian, those are considered Romance language because they evolved from Latin. Now, an accent, when you're talking about an accent, when it comes to language, is a distinct type of pronunciation determined by a person's country or region. So depending on where a person live, they could have a different accent when they are talking. Next, after that is what we call articulate, which is the ability to speak coherently and fluently. So you're not like stumbling between your words. That is being articulate. Any questions? Okay, if not, I will move on. I believe this is also the last slide. Anyway, let's see. So next after that, we have fluency, which is basically how your ability to use a foreign language correctly and easily. That is your fluency, and also how articulate you are. That is talking about your fluency. And after that, you have a linguist, which is a person who studies languages. That is, if you study languages, you are considered a linguist. And then next is linguistic, which is basically the study of languages. So as you could see down here, some example of jobs that are basically part of a linguistic major. So yeah. And then the final vocab on these slides is language acquisition, which is basically just the process of perceiving, understanding, and learning a language. Okay, that's the end of the slides. Does anyone have any question? If not, we'll start asking questions. And I'll stop sharing my screen. Does anyone have any questions for me or Ethan? Either one of us? Great. First person, Nguyễn Long.
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Can you do an accent?
Ethan.
Is it like hard for you or no?
No.
How do we come off as not racist?
Not racist. just-
Ethan,
Okay.
actually,
Yes,
Ethan,
I
you do some type of American accent.
I can do a very stereotypical American accent. Would you guys like to hear it?
All right, it's fine. Whatever accent is okay.
Going to be very bad. How are y'all doing? Are y'all doing good tonight? I'm a Texan. I like to eat my chicken fried steak, and I love eating green beans and peas.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
he's a Texan.
All right. That's a good accent, I'd say.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Anything else? Okay. James.
Yes.
You have a question?
Yes. I have been learned my language. My language name is German, French, Italian, Thai, and English. But I am learn five language in my app Duolingo. Duolingo can help me to speak and to know the everything that. So I have been told that. So did you have to learn Duolingo?
I think we talked about this last time too, but no, I don't use Duolingo personally to study English, or like not just English, just any other language, not like particularly English. No, I don't use Duolingo to study. to study a language. I don't think Ethan does either. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Duolingo is great for everyone to learn.
Sure. Thank you, James.
Consideration.
Next, Ben.
My question is, do you think knowing a lot of languages is important?
I mean, sure. I mean, I guess like depending on what language it is, it's some, or I would say more like common globally than others. Like, for example, knowing English is really important because you can't really do anything internationally without English. I would say another language that will probably soon be good to have is probably like Mandarin, because Chinese is a big growing country. It's establishing quite a dominance in the world right now. So that would be another language that will be useful for you to know. Yeah, there are a couple more other languages that are probably useful to know, but yeah, so I would say that knowing another language is useful.
Yeah, I also have another reason. Like, if you know a language, you're like, you know the country's culture. So if you visit the country, you don't have a hard time talking to everybody.
Yeah,
Because you know the
that's also a
language.
very good reason. Thank you.
Yeah, and also I learned 5 language. I'm learning 4 languages: English, Korean, Chinese, and German.
Hmm,
Very cool.
very cool. Thank you. Next. Dương Lê.
Okay, so do you speak other language?
Other language other than what? Dương Lê, other than what?
How about China or Japan?
I do not speak Chinese. I do not speak Japanese. Aside from English and Vietnamese. I'm also studying Spanish right now. Ethan.
See. Yes, I don't speak any other languages. Like I speak bits and pieces of languages. Like I know how to say hello in 5 different languages other than English and Spanish, but that's about it. But otherwise I'm studying Spanish as well with NAM. So
Yeah. Okay. I hope that's answer your question. Do you have anything else? I'll take silence as no. Okay. Quốc Lộc Trần.
Yes.
What is your question?
My question is what does England speak?
Language in England? I say English. But I'll let Ethan the Brits answer that question. Yeah, Ethan, what language do they speak in England?
well, in England they speak mainly English, but I think they speak quite a couple of other languages. Like I'm pretty sure I've heard Hindi, which is the language from India, spoken in England, along with Spanish and a lot of different languages, really, but mainly English, I would say.
Yep, in English. Hope that answers your question. Min-
Okay. So I was eating the orange. So
I beg your pardon.
I just speak English and Vietnamese.
You're quite laggy. Did you catch what he said, Ethan? Something about English and Vietnamese. I can't really make it.
I heard something about English and then I don't know, happy.
Can you say that again, Yakmin? I'm sorry, you're quite laggy.
Okay. So I speak English and Vietnamese always usually, so I always speak English the best.
Oh, you
But
speak
and Vietnamese.
interesting. Same. I also speak both English and Vietnamese, though I would say my English is better. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Margaret, you're next.
So if you know how to speak different languages, which language do you want to speak?
Any language.
Yeah.
Any. Oh, Ethan, you go for it first. This is interesting.
So question was,
Yeah,
what other languages would you speak besides what you already speak?
yeah. Like if you could know any language, which one would you choose, Ethan?
Mhm.
Come on.
Probably either Dutch or Navajo.
Interesting choice.
Why?
Because why not? I have well, first Dutch because I have a Dutch friend who I really want to go see. So I want to be able to communicate with people there. And then Navajo or some other and like more like older language, just because I don't know, I find it really cool. Be cool to speak that.
What about you?
Me. I'll leave normal to another time. I would say something like Latin. It's just complete that language. So I can like go out, just like insult anyone in Latin and they would never understand me.
I got it.
And it's a really cool thing. It's an old language. No one uses it anymore. It's dead. I guess some people used to still study it. I think people might still be studying it, but yeah, Latin. What about you, Margaret?
I think Spanish.
Spanish?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know to speak Spanish that much, but I only know how to say hello.
Say it.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, mi amigo. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Spanish, interesting. Let's see. Alice.
What's the weirdest language have you ever heard?
Oops, do it. Vietnamese, just kidding. I haven't heard a lot of weird languages before. I mean, no languages are weird, I would say. What about you, Ethan? What is your
Yes.
opinion?
Oh, the reason I did this was because I actually have heard maybe one weird language. Have you ever heard of Pig Latin?
I think so.
Pig Latin.
Uh,
It's interesting.
for me, Russia is a little bit weird because I can't hear what they said. It's like blah 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 blah, and then finish the sentence.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you for asking, Alice. Next. Nguyễn Ngọc Tú. I'm not too sure saying it without accents, but what is your question?
Yeah, so do you know how to say some more language from other words like Japanese or Chinese, or some different kinds of words?
I don't know Japanese. I don't know Chinese, although my dad knows Japanese. We could try something in Spanish. Yeah.
So how do you can study English like this?
How do I
Do
study?
you use an app or going to the teacher or going to the school, English school? Or you study by laptop?
How did
or
I
phone?
how did I study English? Like in terms of like studying English, I can use it. If I could remember, I don't like exactly study English right now so that I can like use it. I can already speak English quite well. How I learned it, I mean, I just transferred into an international school, and it started from there because they use English for everything. So you kind of have to learn English quickly. It's quite a long and difficult process, I would say.
I know English because my mommy teaches me when I was 3 years old already.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that is.
So, and I also see your eyes a little bit sad,
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
and I see that last time that I see you just put your clothes on your mouth like this. Are you joking like something? Or
I'm just messing.
joking like
I'm
a
just
mask?
I'm just messing around. Yeah. Don't notice the weird stuff I do. But yeah, learning English at 3, as you said, is pretty useful because as you grow older, I would say it's harder for you to learn a language. So knowing it when you're young is useful. Yeah, don't be like me. It took so much time for me to learn English. It's pain. I think for Ethan, though, I think he's a native English speaker.
Yes.
American.
Although I can agree with Nam. It is a lot. It's a lot better to learn languages when you are younger. So study, if you want to, as many languages as you can, because it will be a lot easier for you to speak them when you're older.
So I didn't know that why you look like a girl or a boy. I don't know.
We can talk about that some other time.
Yeah, at reset or free time things, maybe.
All right, thank you for asking and
Thank
sharing.
you.
Okay.
Next, let's see. Nguyễn Long.
Again, I have been chosen.
Yeah, you have indeed been chosen. Speak.
So I wanted to know whether or not if you enjoy insulting someone in Latin or not.
I see your eyes, Ethan. Don't you even dare. Will I enjoy it? Depend on who it is. If the person really annoys me, then I will insult the ever-living hell of them. And I also like say stuff to my friends sometimes because it's just funny. And it's like a joke. Ethan, would you say that you would enjoy that?
No, not really. I don't like insulting people unless they really deserve it. So like Wishna.
Yes, that guy. You know, you guys don't know who that is. Just annoying person from school. But yeah, what about you, Wing Long? What do you think?
I think that I'm not really sure about it because like insulting someone might hurt their feelings, and I don't have many friends, and you know, I don't know. This is why I have to play chess alone online on chess.com every day.
Sad.
All right, so try to insult me in Latin.
I don't know Latin.
I thought you know how to insult in Latin.
No, I don't know Latin.
Oh, then insult me in the dead language.
I
Like
don't
you-
know any dead language.
Then did I misheard it, or is that Ethan?
It's a question if you could speak any language.
Oh, I
Could,
wasn't paying attention.
not can.
All right.
Yeah, my knowledge end at Spanish, and I don't even know any curse in Spanish exactly. Ethan does. Don't say it, do not say it online. I swear to God,
Exactly. I was not planning on it.
it's live. We're not
You
about to
swear.
get, we're not about to get canceled.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Mm-mm.
All right, whatever.
Is that it? That seems to be it. Moving on. Lin song. So Lin. Question.
Mệt ghê. I just my question is, have you ever got some certification for English like IELTS or SAT or ACT or CB? And how do you get in the PES score? It's a highest score that you get. How to get them?
Okay, I have not been like actually certified. I have never taken the ACT. I have taken the PSAT. I don't quite remember what I got on my language section. I think it was higher than my math. Okay, I could go in and check, but as for study, as for like how to get high score on those tests and how, first thing, the basic is to know English because they are in English. You have to know the language first that's the first step. Like, be proficient in speaking with it and using it, like speaking, writing, listening, reading is pretty important. Same with writing, I guess. Okay, no writing the PSAT on the SAT, but reading, speaking, and writing, that's really important. As for how to do good on those tests, I am not exactly a certified person to be giving you those advice. Yeah. But certified, I have never been certified. I am not like I don't have a doctorate, PhD in English language. And that will not be my major in college, but yeah. I hope that answers your question. I don't know if Ethan have anything to add.
I have nothing to add except maybe, I'm not sure, not much, just yes. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Okay, I put up my score. I got a, for my, I think that one, give me a second. Yeah, reading and writing, it's 620 out of 720. So yeah. That's for test. Anyway, moving on. Let's see, lots of questions. Great. Trần Đại Phong.
Yeah. How many language can you speak?
I can proficiently use English and Vietnamese. I am studying Spanish. Ethan?
I can speak English, and I'm also studying Spanish, and then I can speak a tiny bit of Korean.
Yeah, I can speak Vietnamese, English, Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Impressive. Very nice. Thank you for asking and sharing.
Okay.
James,
Yes.
your question?
Raymond asked me if I'm in grade 5, I will learn Chinese. If I'm grade 6, I will learn Korean. And if I'm grade 20, and if I'm in grade 20, I will learn Russian. But how many languages do you have to learn?
I don't think it's required of you to learn any of those in each grade. I mean, grade 22 doesn't even exist. That's like college. And I don't think they would force you to learn Russian in college. And also learning a new language every year is, wow, you probably won't be mastering the language. No, they forced me to take a language in high school for me to graduate. So I'm taking Spanish, but they like below that, they don't exactly force you to take any language. So you could live with just English and Vietnamese. That's survivable. Very survivable. I have a joke for you. What do you call a person who speaks 3 languages? Anyone remember from the slides? What do you call a person who speaks 3 languages? You can type in chat for me.
I want to say the answers, the natural responses, even if you don't know.
Don't direct message to me. Type it in to everyone. Yeah. Good job. We got one answer. Trilingual. What do you call a person who speaks 2 languages? A bilingual. Good job. Good job. What do you call a person who speaks 1 languages? One language. One language. No, not person. American. American.
English. Yeah, that's close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, that's like my mom's favorite joke. I think it'll actually be, okay, it's not American, but I think it's monolingual, because mono is 1, so monolingual is speaking only 1 language, but American. Yes, good. Yes, monolingual.
Yes.
Good job, Nguyễn Long. American. Anyway, moving on. I already destroyed the American enough. Vĩnh Hưng. Vĩnh Hưng, you have a question?
I have a question from you. Do you think the English language is the most language we can use now, or the other language?
Like, is it English, the language that's used the most right now, the most dominant one? Is that your question?
Yes, it is on my question.
Hmm. Anyway, that could be solved for a quick Google search. I believe English is currently. Give me 1 second. It is like it is English. It seems to be like the English seem to be the most dominant language in the world right now. As of now, I think very much second to that would be Chinese. Ethan,
Yeah, I think so as well.
you agree with that statistic?
I was actually kind of surprised at first. I thought it'd actually be Mandarin first and
Yeah,
then English.
Same. I was thinking Mandarin would be the first, but it seems not. I'm not too sure. These are not like hard facts, hard statistic. Give me, if I had some time, I would do some more research. But okay, like top two would definitely be English and Mandarin. I think it goes like it comes really close. Those two, but yeah. Top top three Spanish, could be Spanish, actually could be. You think Hindi could actually be top three, Ethan?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it might be it might be more there might be more people who speak Hindi than Spanish.
Arabic as well. That's a pretty popular one. I mean, the whole Middle East pretty much speaks Arabic.
But yes, Spanish does have a lot of speakers in America, that's true. Yeah, I would say yes, over 600 million speaker. I believe Hindi might have like Hindi might have like just a bit more than that. Yeah. Anyway, French, I'm not. Yeah, I guess a lot of people do speak French, but I'm not too sure about French. Anyway, I guess we should keep moving on. Thank you for the person who asked. French is in top. Okay, I'll let you guys debate in the chat. Mary,
Yes,
do you have a question?
yes. Do you know how to speak Canada?
To speak Canada? Does Canada have native language? No, does it have a native?
They speak in Canada, they speak mainly French, and then so their primary language is French and then English.
Wait, seriously, it's French?
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew. Not Canadian and never been to Canada. Apparently, French is one of the primary language along with English. Yeah, but no, Canada doesn't have its own native language.
How do you how many language do you speak?
3 in total, I would say.
You do the free language, what is it?
English, Vietnamese, Spanish. Yeah. What languages do you speak, Mary?
I speak English and I speak English and Vietnam.
Vietnamese, all right. Good job. Thank you for asking.
Good job.
Do you have any other question, Mary? Okay. I will move on. Okay. Some people have been waiting for a long time. So, Yung Le, I'll go from the top of this list. Yung Le. Okay, seems to not be here right now. Ben.
What is the best way to study and improve English?
Best way to study and the best way I would say is to use it every single day. Just study in English is usually like the best way. At least for me, it was the best way. I couldn't really study English properly while I was in public school in Vietnam. But then again, that is just me. Other people would probably be able to like study it well. I would say start young is also another important factor because, as I said, I believe it's harder to study a language the older you get. I would just say like use it every day whenever you can. Just practice it a lot, and then you'll get good at it. It's usually the best way. I don't know if Ethan has any advice.
Basically just what Nam said, practice it every day. And best thing you can do when studying a language is just try and speak and just remember a lot of the vocabulary and then just try and create sentences. I think that's really good practice.
My opinion is like Nam is start when you're young, practice every day, and I also have more advice is read a lot of books and watch some like English movies so you can improve your English. Like my mother, she doesn't know any Korean and she just watches Korean movie like every day, and like in a month she can speak Korean. It's very awesome. And thank you for answering my question.
No problem. Thank you for asking. Okay. I'll keep going. Let's see, Alice.
How to study grammar?
How do you study grammar?
Yeah.
Even I still have problem with that. Ethan, what would you say? Just practice a lot. Okay, I know you might not be the best with grammar either. I guess just practice it a lot. Like, okay, grammar, it's usually when it's come to like writing, I would say.
Yeah.
You can't exactly perfect it. I mean, like not even I have perfect grammar. Not even you would still make mistakes sometimes. There's no like actual way other than like just be very careful with it. So if you write something down after you finish writing, check everything again to make sure that you have correct grammar. But it's okay if you make mistake with it.
Oh yeah.
I would say, because no one can be perfect with grammar.
Even native speakers a lot of the time will get their grammar wrong. So, and whenever you do mess up with your grammar, almost everybody will still understand you and will just know it's a mistake. So.
And like how to know between written language and spoken language, because while I'm writing an essay, it's like everyone said I'm mixed up with written language and spoken language. So like how to separate them?
Actually, could you repeat your question again?
I mean, while I'm writing, everyone said that my essay is not written language but spoken language. So how could you separate the written language and spoken language so that you can write correctly?
Difficult, because even I still have a problem also with using formal language in writing against using like speaking language.
I actually have a few suggestions. Now, I think I've had a lot of trouble with this in the past, so I've actually had to really look at and practice this stuff a lot, but use commas and periods, or just use punctuation and try and separate some of the sentences, like some of the words, like you would say it, or I don't know, just study grammar, and that's really it. Just study it and look a bit deeper into it. But you'll get there.
Or maybe stop writing common words.
What do you mean by common words?
Like instead of writing kids, we write children.
Sure, yeah. I guess that would be something to help.
Yeah. So thank you for answering my questions.
You're welcome.
No
Hopefully that
problem.
helps.
Yeah. Not a lot of time. We still got a lot of people. Young Lei, whether you're back or not, I'm not too sure. But Young Lei. Yeah.
Okay, can you write the letter of Japan?
Like, can we write in Japanese? I don't know Japanese.
How about India?
Hindi? I don't. Oh dear.
Always Spain.
Spanish? What do you want me to write?
First.
What?
Coke or something. Coke or fish.
What?
Coke or fish.
I don't quite understand what you're saying. Something fish?
And cook or fish. Yes.
Cook a fish?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. I need paper first. I can try. I shall write on the back of my math paper.
Oh.
Okay. Fish is pescado. I think that would be it in the chat. Yeah.
Yes.
Cocina un pescado. Cook a fish. I hope you are satisfied.
Oh. Okay. I want you to write another word. This is food.
Food?
Eat your food, right? Eat your food.
Eat your food.
Yeah.
Comer.
Where to comida? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think that's finished.
I should probably move on because there are other people waiting. We could. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that satisfy you. Moving on. Yeah. Yeah. We still got some time left. Anyone who do have a question, you can ask. Farley Nam.
Yeah, right. I want to ask you, since when did you learn English? How
Since-
to learn English and other languages well?
Oh, okay. When I start, like, I officially, like, really seriously learn English since grade 4, fourth grade, because I transferred to an international school, so they only use English there. As for how to study a language well, just like the most important thing is practice. Like the only way you can use a language well is if you practice a lot.
Right.
And that's really the only way, because that, yeah.
How do you communicate confidently?
How do you communicate confidently? Ethan, do you want to share that?
Okay, personally, what I do is first have confidence, and then secondly, don't doubt what you're saying and just kind of study the vocabulary and the grammar a lot to where you make sure you know it and it's like completely natural, like you'll not like automatically include grammar and stuff. That's the best way to be confident in a language.
What countries have you been to?
I've been to Japan, I've been to the US pretty recently, Vietnam, I lived in Vietnam. I've been to France, Germany.
Yeah. How do you feel when you go to those countries?
I like did not know like any French when I went to France. Neither I didn't know any German either. So yeah, but it was okay because I had like people that guide me, people who could speak those language. So yeah, I think Ethan have been to a lot more country than me.
Okay, and my last question is, which countries are you like most?
Which country do I like most? I'm not too sure actually. What do you say, Ethan?
My favorite countries. I don't know. I don't really have any favorite countries. Honestly, I like all countries really, but I guess I'm pretty biased, or my favorite countries are Singapore, the US, and London. So England.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hope that answers your question.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. Let's see. Other people. I will try to get through all the questions. Do not worry. Nyakman,
Yeah.
you have a question?
Yeah.
What is your question?
Can you write the letter after Peter, please?
Can I what?
Can you write the letter of the English?
I cannot hear it well. Who do I usually ask when it comes to hearing well? I usually ask Alice.
Yes.
No.
Were you able to hear what was just said, Alice?
Can you told him to repeat his question?
Okay, great. Can you repeat your question?
Can you write a letter of the English?
Well, Alice,
I think he's asking, have you ever read something about any language?
have we read something about like language?
Okay.
Like specifically about language, or like just something in a different language? Because if like something in
Here,
If it's-
I may.
if it's something in a different language, then sure, I guess, because we're studying a language, so we have to have read something in a different language. But not sure how to answer that. Read about language? Yeah, I guess I have done both. So yeah, I have. If that answer your question. I'm sorry, I cannot hear it very well. Ethan, do you have anything to add or to say about that?
Not really. Yeah, no.
Okay, sorry, Yakmin, but I'll move on. Okay. Oh, a lot of people. Okay, I'll go down the list again. Wang An. Wang An, you there?
Oh, okay. I have a question for you that what is your job?
What is our job? We're students. We're 10th grader, 10th grade students. Our job is to study the hell out of it.
Oh, so are you really good? So what are you really good at?
What am I really good at? What
Yes.
am I? What am I? I'm really good at nothing.
Oh,
Don't
good
shake
at
your
a
head. Don't shake your head, Ethan.
He's good at a lot.
No, I'm not good at a lot.
Well,
Have you
he
seen
is.
have you seen my grades?
Have you seen my grades?
Okay. Okay. How about counter question? What are you good at, Wang An?
oh, me, I'm good at a lot, like science, geography. I got science, geography, culture, analyzing, punching, kicking people right in the butt, and also I'm defending myself. Also, I'm pretty good at football and basketball.
It's a big list.
Yeah, okay. You seem to be good at a lot of things. I am just not that confident in my ability. Moving on then, I guess. Margaret?
So if you travel to a country and then you don't know how to speak their language, suddenly somebody came and asked you something and you don't understand, what do you do?
I just say I don't understand in English. And I'll probably leave. And both of you to assume I'll socially interact with people on the street also. Who do you think I am? An extrovert?
What if they don't know how to speak English and don't understand?
I'll just gesture like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I have a solution for this.
Okay.
Study beforehand the language, and just if you don't know anything at all, just on the plane or however you're getting there, just look up how to say I don't speak whatever language in
I
that
don't speak
language.
Blank.
And if Nam said it, something in English in a foreign country, most people will probably realize that
I don't
that-
speak that. I'm probably a tourist. I don't speak that
exactly.
because all
So they'll
tourists.
be
Yeah,
talking to this person.
exactly. That's the solution. Or you can just, yeah, no problem. Next, who do I just click on? Sophia?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your question?
Can I ask you what your favorite country?
I'm not too sure. Ethan said England. Country I've been in. Favorite country. That's so difficult. I guess like maybe Japan. Japan's really nice country. I like Japan a lot.
Oh,
So I guess that's one of my favorite. Oh,
Yes. Can I ask you more questions?
sure. Just a few more.
Where did you now?
Where am I now? Me and Ethan are living in Singapore.
Yes. Thanks.
okay.
No problem. Okay. Going over time. Let's see. Next. Lynn. Okay.
I wonder how I have a job in the future, so I choose between story in IELTS or TOEIC. And can you give me some advice?
Okay, that was a lot of information really quickly. Can you say that again?
I have a job in the future, so I choose between story in IELTS or TOEIC. Can you give me some advice?
Okay, they have a job
Okay.
in something and they are trying to do something. What do you think they should do?
Oh dear. When it get to like professional level, I'm not exactly the person to give advice because I'm a high school student. So
Job.
I'm not I don't exactly know what to say to you, what advice to give you. I caught IELTS, which is it's studying English, but okay, I'm sorry, I'm not quite one to give advice. So I don't exactly know what to say to that question per se. I'm sorry, I'm not like capable of really answering your question, whatever you're asking, because I don't exactly understand it. And yeah, I don't want to give bad advice because that would be bad.
I have a general life lesson. Whatever you're doing, work as hard as it at anything that you're doing as you can, and as you grow and develop, you will turn into the person you really want to be. So don't worry about anything for now.
Yeah, try your best at anything. I will murder the president of the United States. Oops, just kidding. Moving on, I guess. Okay, person who, okay, yeah, okay, actually, that's a great way. Just type it to me in chat so I can understand it easier because I can actually read it. Yeah, person who's asking me the police call on them, I am calling on you. So, yeah, what's your question?
So you like Japan, right? Your
like-
favorite country is Japan, right?
Yeah, one of my,
So do you like your own country you're living in now?
Singapore is an okay country. I mean, like, it's really safe and it's really clean. So yeah, sure, I like it, but everything is too expensive.
Yeah, everything is so expensive. Everything in shop at Singapore has 200 or $100. It's too expensive.
Yeah,
Very expensive.
very expensive indeed.
So and my other brother lives in Hanoi, my favorite country.
Oh, you like Hanoi? I'm not too sure on my opinion about Hanoi. Yeah, I mean, I have family there, but I've not been there a lot lately.
So do you go to Hanoi last time?
Last time Okay, last time I was in Vietnam is like during the summer. I was in Ho Chi Minh, I was in Vũng Tàu, and I was in Da Nang, but I didn't go to Hanoi.
Oh, so you do not have a hotel
What?
at Hanoi.
I do not.
I mean, my brother Mon's house are very big. Hanoi is not too much expense, a little bit, but I still like Hanoi, and my mommy also like it, but lower than me because Hanoi, she has to go on a plane. She's always sick on an airplane. I like it. My little sister a little bit scared, and I'm okay, nothing, but a little bit sick.
Hmm.
So, have you gone on an airplane yet?
I have gone on an airplane many times in my life. Yeah. Because I have.
Oh, so actually, I go to Hanoi 2 times already.
That's probably about like as many times as me.
Yeah. Yes, many times. Yeah, little bit.
Yeah. Great. Thank you for sharing and asking. Okay. Now, to reply to the people in the chat. Where am I living now? We're both living in Singapore. Have I studied for the SAT? I've taken 2 PSAT. I don't know the result of my second one yet. As for actually like seriously studying for the SAT, not exactly, not yet. Have you ever been have I ever been in Antarctica? Impossible. No, I have never been and probably never will. How are you? Am I fat? How heavy am I? I am, I would say, much less heavy than your mother. No offense to your mother. Which country am I in? Singapore, as I just said. What are you doing in a day? A lot. Usually consists of the word studying. Can I ask? Yes, you can raise your hand and I'll try to get to you. Oh my, do I like anime? Sure, I do. Oh my God.
Singapore.
Yeah, okay, Ethan, you deal with the people in the chat. I will deal with the people up here. Dương Lê.
Yes, but a question. If you go to a city and you go to a restaurant and you don't know their language and you don't have their money, what do you do?
You don't know the language and you don't have the money.
Yeah.
You're pretty screwed. What are you doing in a foreign restaurant without money and not knowing the language?
Yeah, this is a hard question.
I guess you're screwed. Maybe you ask someone to help. And if you don't have money, I mean, yikes. Yeah, you really need money.
So this is a very hard question.
Yeah. Ethan, do you have any advice?
Yeah. Can you I think can you go in a plane? Do you go in a plane and get a storm before?
I have. I don't know about Ethan. No, Ethan is not in university. We're in high school.
Oh.
Sorry. Moving on, going back to your question. Game store I have. Ethan, have you?
Sorry.
Okay, can you repeat your question to Ethan?
What was your question again?
Crap. What was your question again? I think it was a Yungle who asked. Again, for the person in the chat, he's not in university
I'm not in uni. Not in uni yet.
yet. You got a couple more years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yungle, were you the person who were asking? I completely forgot. There's so much things.
Okay, so uh do where is your parents and your brother and your friends live? Do you have friends?
Yes, I have friends.
I have friends. He's
How many friends?
a couple.
Look, wait, I have one friend's down there.
Yeah,
Or-
friends up there.
So do you celebrate when do you celebrate your birthday?
Hmm?
Yeah, when's our birthday? Ethan, when's your birthday?
I can tell you Nam's birthday. You guys can send him
January
presents.
15. Yeah, on the 20th of 15.
My birthday is on the 17th of November, which
Oh.
passed, which is already passed. That was 10 days ago. Ethan refuses to tell me when his birthday is.
Because you're gonna get me something and I needed to get you something.
And where do you celebrate your birthday party? I mean, in your house?
Oh,
Birthday party? What the hell is that? I'm kidding.
I
Don't
go to
really.
house too.
Don't really celebrate
Oh.
anymore. That is.
Yes, and do you have a pet?
Do I have what?
Do you have a pet?
No, I don't. Ethan has a dog.
Three.
It is oh. Okay. So already finished.
Do I find okay? Do I find it difficult to study at a okay? Person in the chat who keep asking me a question about university. Do I find it difficult to study at a foreign university? I'm not sure. That depends on people's experience. Okay, Kevin, do you have a question, like desperate question for me? Or Ethan, you can ask it now. Unmute yourself. But yeah, person who's asking about university, I'm not in university. For me, it doesn't exactly matter if it's in a foreign country. Yeah. There's another person who asked Ethan what movie he watches in the chat, but they direct message it to me. So Ethan, if you could answer that in the chat. Let's see. I'll try to get to the people who I have not get to yet. Tung Nguyen. Yes, what's your question?
Sister or brother?
Brother or sister? I don't have a brother or sister. I'm an only child. Ethan has a little brother.
Yes, I have a brother.
Okay. Kevin, do you have a question? I see you still exist within this room. Kevin, don't make me find you. Yes, what is your question? Unmute yourself. Or you Vĩnh Hưng, Kevin. Kevin, you are testing my patience. I'll let Ethan deal with you. Okay, what time does the meeting end? It was supposed to end 23 minutes ago, but I am willing to go over time to answer people's question. How old I am? How old am I? I'm 15. I'm 15. I was about to say 14, but I'm 15 now.
Takes a while.
Yeah. I'll keep answering people's question in the. Okay. Let's see. Who have I not gotten to today? Oh, Win fam.
Yeah,
Hi,
there are
yes, hello everyone. I have heard that you all asked me the same question, so I want to ask a question. That how do you think about the benefits of learning a language, like a foreign language? As we know, now a lot of people in the world they try to learn English and make it like their second language. And what is the benefits of that?
Like what's the benefit of studying a second language?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, again, as I said, depending on what language, some language have more uses than other. But it's just good to know us. It's just good to know us. It's just good to know
Yeah.
a second language because it
Can I
makes
change?
it makes you more knowledgeable, and also language like English, it's really useful if you want to do things globally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the student.
What students?
Yeah, for the student, how does it how does learning foreign language affect on the student, like students or people in high school or primary school? How do you think about that?
I guess like it exposes you the different culture, which is another good thing for you to be more like knowledgeable about that, know stuff about other cultures, things like that. I guess it's also something else that's helpful other than being able to speak that language.
Yeah, and as I heard, I listened to Ethan's answer before that. We must try to be confident and try to speak without nervous or worrying. But for a primary, no, for a little child or kid, sometimes they, how I can explain it. They're so nervous when they see foreigners. So how can we support them in that situation?
Okay. How can we support kids? Like how can we support people in dealing with foreigners?
Yep. Or communicate with foreigners.
Communicating with foreigners. I mean, it's like just the only difference is that it's someone else who speak a different language. I mean, it's just like speaking with someone who knows the language you're speaking. Like if you're in it's just like that. So like if you're in Vietnam, everyone, like a lot of people know Vietnamese. It's just like speaking to another person who knows how to speak Vietnamese. This time it's just like talking to a foreign person who speaks like, for say, English. It's not exactly any difference. It's the same. You're just speaking to another person. So what advice? I don't know what to say other than like know the language, because it could be really awkward if you don't.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
No problem.
I finished.
Okay. I guess like, okay. But
Yeah.
Question?
Okay.
What is your question? Oh, Jesus Christ.
When's your birthday?
November 17th, 2007.
How old are you?
15.
Okay, and my birthday is 14.
15?
Oh, I think 7.
Is that it?
What is your birthday? Is it from?
What?
Is your birthday from?
I'm not exactly sure what you are asking. And yes, Yakmin, you can leave. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. Like what do you mean? Like I'm confused. Oh my God. Okay, person in the chat, what the hell is that question? Also, but if you could repeat that question if you're still here. Okay, fine. I'll move on then if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Yeah, what was your question? The last question you asked? I couldn't really catch it. Okay, we really need to start ending. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, next week's topic.
Okay, 1 second. I'll answer one last question.
And
Nam, the person who keep asking me about us, about university. Yeah, what's your question?
Me, right?
What the heck was that echo? What is your question?
In Singapore, do you have difficult about finance in Singapore?
Difficult about what?
Finance. About money.
Oh, money, finance. I guess, sure. Kinda. It's never, money is something you could never have enough of.
it's true.
Okay.
That's the life.
Do you have a house in Singapore?
I have, yeah.
Do you have a house in Singapore?
I live in a condo, yeah.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mother.
All right. Your mother from Vietnam, right?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. Sorry for the one person who I couldn't get to. You just asked way too late, like at the end when we are ending. But now I guess, okay, if you want to stay like a bit after that, ask your one question downwind, then I will answer it. But for now, what is the topic next week, guys? We need recommendations. I said I would remember a topic from last week, but I completely forgot. What did they ask for last week? I cannot remember. Okay, but just know that it will not be a topic for the love of God, not Roblox. No, I refuse. Also, soccer is a bit too specific again, Alice. Plus, I already picked your topic last week, Alice. So sports, have we covered? We have covered sports before, and I do not exactly want to repeat. Topic suggestions. If you remember any from the one from last week, Ethan.
Wait. I actually think I had one.
Myths and legends. I would love to cover that. Stories, that's a bit vague per se. But I'm very down for myths and legends, although it's kind of screwed up. There's so many stuff about myths and legends I could do. I love that topic. Myths and legends.
I think somebody asked about money and like.
Oh my God.
Somebody asked about like sports last time as well.
Yeah, but we already covered that and I will not.
Yeah, so.
I will not review.
Somebody also asked about musical instruments, I think. But we should start wrapping up. Any questions you guys have? Next time we will answer. We can set aside time.
Yeah, but right now it's for topics.
Yep.
So myth and legends, math.
Animals up from the deep sea, so marine biology.
Pets, duties at home. Seriously, math. Alice, you are a strange kid.
Yeah.
I will not be teaching you math. I'm telling you that. Myth and like in terms of like English-based language speaking, math, not exactly the best thing ever. But okay, myths and legends, I'm very down for that. Duties at home, pets, books, again, specific books. Book is an object. Okay, I guess you could tie that into story. Ooh, that's ow. Pen is even worse. I'm not like trying to insult your idea, but pen is sci-fi. Okay, you know what? How about, should I do that? I might decide the topic for like the next 2 weeks. Just so I can, technology, we kind of cover technology, not really, but we can do myth and legends next week. And then the week after that, we can do stories. Because there's things like, I do not watch football. And the thing if it's football or if it's soccer, but we can do myth and legends next week. And then after that, we could do stories.
We should wrap up.
I know we should wrap up.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? We shall do myth and legends next week because it's something I'm very extremely interested in for once. And I've been picking based on you guys' decision this entire time. But myth and legends, something I'm interested in, we can do that. And then next week, we can debate the topic things again. Myths, legends, it's just like, actually, you know what? I am not up to answering questions anymore. Alice, you can search that up yourself. Myths and legend. It's something, it's really cool. And it's something you should like really go out and find out for study about it for yourself. Don't just have other people tell you about it, because finding it out for yourself is half the fun. But we can do myths and legends. And then next week, we go back to debate the topic things. If no one can get me like a non-repetitive, non-vague, non-too specific idea, then we can do stories, because there are stuff relating to stories, like writing the different genres of stories, things like that. And we can cover books, like Alice said. But we'll do myths and legends next week. That's the end of discussion. You may leave. You are dismissed. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a good evening. Yeah. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Adios.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Hasta luego.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sheila.
Goodbye.
Bye. Adios. Have fun.
Adios, mis amigos.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Please end the recording also, Alice. Okay. I guess I'll just leave. Bye, guys. Bye, Ethan. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye now. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.